Still a chance that some Imperials are holed up inside the custom. We'll need to search its top to bottom to be sure it's safe. In the meantime, I want you to rendezvous with the main host. Keep your weapons at the ready. There's a chance you might come face to face with soldiers on the run-in route. You know how most baking shows take themselves super seriously? And like, it's about the baking? This is a comedy show masquerading as a baking competition. Second thought, it might be prudent for you to do a preemptive sweep of the region for soldiers that have gone to ground. We shouldn't afford them any time to regroup and launch a counterattack. When you judge your work to be done, report to General Alden in Bittermill. Oh yeah, Great British Baking Show is great, but like... this is unhinged. Are you? How do I get to you? Half a bottle of vanilla. I have 2 points. However much vanilla extract the recipe calls for is wrong. And second, that's too much vanilla. Vanilla extract, like garlic, you ignore the recipe and you measure with your heart. But also half a bottle in... I guess it would matter. It'd depend on how big the cake was, but like 90% chance that is way too much. Heart. What did you think I said? We measuring things with farts now, Mel? You're confused by measure with your heart? You just gotta put in as much as you feel like is right. Measuring that with your heart, Mel. It's kind of like to taste, except you never taste. You do what feels right. Yes, 1 heart of vanilla. Do you not regularly fill your heart with vanilla extract, Mal? Yeah, but that guy's heart is black and dark. That's a scary place. If he thought half a bottle was the appropriate amount of vanilla extract. Though I guess we're missing important context. How big was what he was baking, and how small was the bottle? Lieutenant, all's well at the bridge? Yep. Good. Good. Fighting's died down here too, as you can see. I want Edgar Allan Poe's cookbook now. Piffin left but a moment ago with a contingent of troops to occupy Villadina. If and when the Imperials return, they'll find us dug in behind their own walls. Could not have hoped for a better outcome, General. Splendidly done. Not get ahead of ourselves. Take more than one Castellum to turn the tide. My men and I will deal with the remaining enemy forces. Science, I bid you return to Commander Kemp and his men. Yeah, well, you don't like cake, so... Like, do you like any baked goods that regularly use vanilla extract? Delight not over much in victory. Not when there are battles left to fight. Work here is finished. Our resistance allies are waiting. Horchata mochi. That just seems like a really interesting fusion. I mean, ice cream mochi exists, and horchata would make a pretty damn good ice cream, so... Oh, you've never had horchata? I see that Suli has experienced horchata mochi. Also, hi, Suli. Mochi can be a textural thing, I imagine. On your guard, Archon. I have a bad feeling about this place. Got a bad feeling about this. And now I want ice cream mochi. I am very impressionable. Found him, Archon. We really found him. What are you... Ugh. Soons. If he's not treated soon, he won't be telling anyone anything. It's like to bleed out if left unattended. Go and tell Serpent Marshal Brookstone we found him, and he needs medical assistance before he can be moved. Yeah, I'll do that probably next time. I want to get closer to unlocking the Ananta before I... Maybe you had a weird brand. I don't know. Not everyone has to like everything. I'm absolutely not going to comment on anyone having textural issues with food. Yes, hi, Toph. Can I help you? Yes? Hold on, there's a cat demanding attention, I think. Oh, she had enough. She is departurated. Yes. Toph is the one that makes actual noise. Amy doesn't talk very much. She just appears on my lap without warning. They both use claws pretty equally. The issue is Emmy needs her claws trimmed. We haven't gotten to it. She's also overweight, so like she uses her claws to drag herself up more, which is a problem because she can't like jump up onto my lap in one go like Toph can. Back so soon. Suppose the general and his men had matters well in hand. Vice Marshal and his men showed up not long after you left. If the gods are good, there'll be no one left to fight. I know you're not the one for waiting, but if you bear with us. Commander Marshal Tarpin reports that their sweep of the custom home's interior has been completed. Finally over, eh? Pray extend to him my deepest thanks. It's official, then. Custom Meladino was well and truly ours. Mayhap for this calls for... Wait, where is Monago? Took her bird and flew off towards the Peering Stones, the village of the M tribe, where she was born. Doubt that the Imperials who fled Villadina had a man to give them trouble on their way back east, but she was nevertheless worried, so I gave her leave to go and see that her people were safe. Though I pray you were right, 'twould be best if Monago were not alone if she should encounter the enemy. Agreed. Let's all go to the Peering Stones and make sure that everything is alright. That is your wish, then I've no objection. Just let the guard know when you wish to cross. Greetings, son. Do you wish to... Yes, let me through. Gonna guess... northeast? I'm being sent to the south repeatedly, so it doesn't really help finding my way to something to the northeast of me. Okay, we are into the other half of this zone though. There's you guys. Ah, the village is through a tunnel just east of here. Follow me. You know you headed west, right? The show? I have not watched it. Is it actually worth my time then? No, that's not what I meant to hit. Were you a fan of Halo games, or... Thought it was lagging when I glanced back up, but... No, I was just driving into a rock. Ah, that was going to be my next question. Do I have to have watched the show? Do I have to have played the games to appreciate the show? But... guess that's a hard no. Most of my experience with Halo is red versus blue. Let's grab you. Well, I just gave you a 7-season-long show to watch. Doctor Who is really good.
you've come. Welcome, friends, to my village.
Yes.
My home.
That's what it said. 7 seasons. It's probably got really low production costs, so...
How fare your people?
Good, all things considered. Better than the Inanta at any rate. They've sent an emissary. I'll take you to her.
We're here to help. Will you tell us what happened?
Bad things.
Aye. It began with a quarrel between the Imperials and the Kaliana. The Kaliana are another Ananta tribe. The strongest and the most influential. Unlike the Vera, they want no part of our troubles. They swore fealty to the Empire, and were content to remain within their borders.
Just so. The Kaliana forsook their pride in the fight and yielded to Garlemald long ago. But then a new commander was sent to hold the Black Bridge. She demanded the Kaliana surrender a hostage, this butcher.
Fordola. It doesn't make sense, though. The Vera are the ones working with the Resistance. Why would she threaten the Kaliana?
Because she is ignorant like all Imperials. She knows not the difference between Kaliana and Vera, nor does she care to learn.
I see. All Fordola knew for sure was that the resistance would come from the west. She reasoned, therefore, that if the Inanta on the east bank turned their coats, she would be trapped. I take it the Kaliana had no choice but to oblige her.
But anyway, you should let yourself go down the Doctor Who rabbit hole regardless.
No, they did not. The Imperials left with the Kaliana broodmother's own daughter, Anamika. Long days and nights she looked out on the Black Bridge weeping for her child. Until you came. The broodmother knew at once which way the winds would blow. She and her warriors met with the fleeing Imperials in the road and demanded that her daughter be returned.
Give in, Mel. Give in.
Bad idea. Fordola's not the kind to take threats lying down.
You know her well. The butcher turned her blade to Anamika and bade the Kaliana move aside. But the broodmother would not yield.
I know where this is going.
Live it, love it. Do they laugh it too?
The Kaliana surrounded the Imperials, one of whom, whether out of fear or stupidity, cut the child down. There was naught that could be done.
What madness.
What statue?
The true madness was yet to come. For in her despair, the Kaliana broodmother cried out for her daughter to be restored to life. She beseeched Sri Lakshmi's intercession.
She summoned a primal then and there?
Then I think that was just a dead body.
That she did, if only for an instant. Bereft of courage and honor, the broodmother sought solace in her faith.
Yeah, I think their coloration here is just making things look like
The Imperials
statues.
fled in terror at the sight of the goddess,
Yeah, it's an
abandoning these lands
Ananta.
to the Ananta.
They're snake people. Nagas.
Now the Kaliana bid us make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Yet though we Veera revere Sri Lakshmi as the holiest of the holy, we will not prostrate ourselves before her.
And so you turn to us.
Aye. All who have fought with the resistance have heard tell of the warrior, the Icon Slayer.
I believe we have heard enough. Inconvenient though the timing may be, if a primal has indeed been summoned, we can scarce afford to ignore it. We must needs discuss how best to resolve this situation.
By killing it. That's the way we work, right? At the risk of sounding hopelessly naive, there may yet be a way to avoid a violent confrontation. In the past, I fear I've been rather too willing to accept that we have no recourse, but then to risk our lives, or rather, your life, to address these threats. Yet the primals we have faced thus far have demonstrated a variety of temperaments and objectives. Ravana may delight in battle, but Ramu would sooner keep to the forest with his children. Ere we decide to challenge Sri Lakshmi, it would seem wise to learn more of her nature from those who summoned her onto this world. If that is your will, then so be it. To the north will you find our village. Sarisha shall unfold all. We shall leave at once. Manago, can you inform our comrades at the bridge of what happened? Of course. Be safe, my friends. Flight. Flight is behind the U. Oh, sorry. I was distracted by the grumbling in my stomach. Thanks to the Garleans, we've been having trouble maintaining our food stores. Custom dictates that any brought back to the village must be distributed evenly amongst everyone. There hasn't been much to go around lately. Without fear of harassment from the Garleans, we can finally begin hunting again. There's still so much to do if we're going to replenish our supplies. Any chance you'd be willing to help? Could bring back, say, 3 Teleoceratuses? It would be a great help. You'll find them in the north of here, but don't kill them. We'll need their meat to be as fresh as possible when it's put away. When you've worn them down enough, you can stuff them into these bags without much of a fight. Now, I know what you're thinking, but trust me, they'll fit. Stay safe out there. Just shove them in a bag. It'll be fine. Wish I could fly. I'll be. You're the adventurer in the costume of Eladina, aren't you? Put on quite a show down there. I'm sure you hear this all the time, but we could really use a man of your talents right about now. Dars have been cropping up to the south of here, and they've been giving us no small amount of trouble. We do what we can to keep them at bay, but every once in a while we'll come across some mountainous mess of gold-dusted rock that sends us running with our tails between our legs. Imagine handling a few Dars would be like swatting flies for you. If you go and tear down a few doors, one of those golden monstrosities is bound to show up. Topping leaving one would go a long way to helping us take back our hunting grounds. You... Geronimo! I gotta kill these until a golden one shows up. More. Do. There we go. Had an inkling that might be coming then. Oh, an actual fight. I don't know why I did that at the end there. Well, okay. Oranges, so I need to find 2 more? One to the northwest. It's more or less where that circle is. Oh, hey, look, I also need to kill. Well, not kill. Weaken these guys. One. Come on. Come on. Not quite. Damn it. Two. I always get quite lost in this area before I can fly, but it's not as bad as the next one. It's one area we haven't been to yet, at all. Hey, zombies, for a little bit. Oops. I wasn't supposed to do that. How you been? How's Hollow Knight going for you? Have you tried any cursed cereals in the past couple of days?